So, Barry, announced today your retirement. Not an easy decision, I guess.
No, not an easy one, no, but one that I think is sensible. The directors knew about it some time ago, what with Wembley and one thing and another. We decided to leave it as long as possible, really, but I didn't want to leave it till the end of the season because that would have been bad. So I thought this was a good time, really. Not much happening, really, so I thought, let's do it now and get it out of the way.
Why have you chosen to retire now?
Well, I mean, as you know, I came in '83, which is 29 years ago, as chairman as well. And then I thought, well, I was always going to, sort of go when we got this place up and running, and that's going nice now. We've got it sorted. We've had a few hiccups, and behind the scenes. This is not on the pitch. We've had hiccups on the pitch this year, but we've had some things, hiccups behind the scenes, which we've sorted, and we're now on a even keel. We know exactly where we're going. The 5-year plan that Dave brought to the club is still in existence. It's just that if we get relegated this year, then we've got to get promotion next year, which we will do. There's no doubt about it in my mind. We know what to do. We know the players we want. We've got a lot of players now whose contracts are up. I'm not saying by any means that they'll all go, but I mean the opportunity's there for us to look at what's there and move on.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you've been here a long time. This will be your legacy, won't it, this lovely new stadium?
Yeah, it will, won't it? And we've got to I look back now and think what it was like when I came in 1983. And look at it now. At least it's in a better situation than it was then, even though, I'm going when we had not a season, not that we expected. We expected a lot better than this. But these things happen, so you go up and down, and that's what it's all about, really. And I look back and think, yes, this is great, and this will be here for a long, long time.
What are your memories of the 29 years, good and bad, I guess?
Yeah, well, a lot of good ones. I don't think of many bad ones, but we went to Wembley twice in the playoffs, and won one, lost one. We obviously did well in the Carling Cup. I remember going to Liverpool and getting 4 goals and drawing 4-4. That was a great day. Went to 1997, went to the semi-final. That was something that I don't think will ever happen again to a little club like ours. And of course, going down last week to Wembley and picking up a cup, which I can't remember ever doing that before. So we've had some good times. We've had some bad times. This season's not been one of the best. But again, the supporters have been great, and they'll know that these things happen, and we've just all got to stick together and make sure that next year is as good as last season, if we are in the 2nd division, and that we make sure we come back like Swindon have done.
Absolutely. I mean, you've seen, as we say, quite a lot. What's made you want to get as involved as you have with Chesterfield over the years? You're a lifelong Spirite. You could have just bought a season ticket and a seat.
Exactly. Well, I mean, when I came in 83, it wasn't as though I'd planned to do it. It was a very quick decision. They were in a real mess at the time, going to the wall. They've got about a fortnight left, and I came then, with the people, obviously, and we managed to sort it out then. It was very difficult in those days. We had no money at all. And really, that's been the story of my life at Chesterfield. We've never had a lot of money. We've never had a benefactor, as you might say, like some clubs have had in the lower divisions, and we've had to work at keeping going, and it's been a big job. We used to have to make sure we didn't spend what we couldn't afford, because there was nowhere in the olden days to get money from, only ourselves. And although we've all put some money in, before Dave was involved, it was just, just to keep it going, and which we've done. And that in itself, when I look back at some of the times we've had, that was a feat.
That's an achievement.
Just to keep the place going. And then, of course, when we moved down here, and Dave injected a lot of money, a tremendous amount of money, that made it possible.
And what next for Barrie?
Next is, well, I'm going to play some more golf. I pay 800 quid a year rather, and I played, I think, once or twice last year. This year I'm going to have to try and get 2 games in a week, and I have to take the missus down to Tesco one day, and then we're going to go out, and I'm going down to Spain more. I mean, I used to go for a month at a time at one time, and then with this new stadium, it took a lot of time, and we couldn't do it. We had to spend more time here, which we did, and thoroughly deserved it. What's happened now has been well worth the holidays we had to miss out on, but that's by the by. I always thought, well, eventually there'll be some time coming, and that's coming now. So it'll be a big wrench, but I'll find plenty to do, definitely.
I mean, you've been the face of Chesterfield Football Club for a very long time.
Yeah.
Who do you hope, do you think may take over now?
Well, I've been pushing and pushing for Dave to take over, and on Saturday he did tell me that he was going to do, which was great for me, because I think he deserves to be chairman of the football club, because he's put so much money in, he's worked so hard, to get part of, the upstairs here working right, and it's a lot of money it brings in, and this is the sort of money that the football club needs. And he's been in the leisure industry all his life. And football, it's a sport, but it's also in the leisure industry, and he knows what he's doing. He's done it before, and I think he should be chairman, because the majority of the money here is his. So even though I must admit all the directors on the board, apart from 2, I've got sizable amounts of money in, and they've got to be thanked as well. I mean, it's not just my job and Dave's job, it's everybody's worked very, very hard, and I know that they back Dave up to the hilt, and I was really delighted when he said he would do it, because he keeps saying, no, I can't afford the time, but now at last on Saturday he did say he would do it, and that was great for me, and that's one of the reasons I've been able to announce it really now, because it's no good saying I'm going to retire and they say who's going to take over, and you say I don't know, but now Dave said he'd do it, so that's great.
So you're confident the club's in safe hands?
Oh, I am, yes, very much so, and that's why I know that next season will be successful.
It must have been a disappointment this season, really.
Oh, it has been awful. I don't understand it either. We've played games where we've been showed some great football. We've played half games where we've been unbelievable, and the other half where we've been absolutely atrocious. Don't know why. Nobody knows why. Players don't know why. The manager doesn't know why. He hasn't changed anything. But Sheffield United, Scunthorpe, Stevenage, it was 2-0 up against Stevenage and 2-2. And Sheffield United were as good as them, if not better, in the first half. And then second half they're going to get 3. Scunthorpe again, they said to me, the directors, why are you at the bottom of the league? I don't know, with a team like you've got, the first half, second half. What do? I don't know, same people. So I don't really know. I don't know the problem, and it's been a real downside for us all, for the manager, for the players, and for us. We thought we didn't expect to win the league by any means, but we thought we might be halfway, and we could have been. I mean, when Tommy Lee got injured, that didn't do us any favours. He got injured, and we did let a lot of goals in during the time that he was off. but that you can't blame any one person. I mean, not blaming Tommy Lee because it's not his fault to get injured, but I think that was went a long way towards what happened this season.
But despite this result, you leave. Well, despite the season, you leave a very proud man, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, because we've won a cup as well, haven't we? Which we've never done that before, no. and that was I mean, there's 18,000 people really had a great day out. I know we've got to come back to reality and think about the league, but if we get promotion next year, nobody will mention getting relegated this year, but they'll all mention going to Wembley for the cup. And that was good. That was excellent, and I'm really pleased for the supporters to get a day out just away from the tension that we've had here this season. It was a good day out for them, and I'm sure they all enjoyed it. It was, well, couldn't wish for a better day and a better result.
No, that's true. The right result. And I guess what's your message to the fans and the club generally as you leave?
Well, as far as the fans are concerned, I'd like to thank them really for the support I've had all the time I've been here. We've had times when they thought I wasn't the best man on the earth, and rightly so sometimes. I mean, I most likely made more mistakes here than anybody else because I've had to make more decisions than anybody else. But the supporters have been, generally speaking, they've been really supportive of me, and they all speak to me. I know them all. Well, not all of them, but I know a vast majority of them, and I'll miss them. And they are a big part of any football team, because they'll look back now and say, "Oh, we're going to get relegated, perhaps," and then they look what we've got here, and they look what we've had in the past when we got relegated. Absolutely nothing. So if we start again next season with a new chairman and an addition to the board, then we'll do well, and it'll be great for me to just come down and see them, because I know they'll do well next year. And I know a lot of the supporters have said to me, "Okay, we've gone down, and if we do go down, we're really disappointed, but we'll come back, and we may come back better." Yeah. Because last year, although we were champions, and that's a big thing. There's not only one team gets to be champions of the league, and we scored a lot of goals, but we let a lot of goals in last year. So it wasn't perfect, but it was a damn good season as compared to this one. But I think we might be a lot better next year, and I know everybody will stick by us. Well, I hope they all stick by us, because it's going to be fun next year. And
you'll be back in your seat while you're watching as often as possible?
I'll be back. They'll not... no, I'm looking forward to coming. I've never done it, ever. So, although in the 29 years I had a year off in, 85, 86 season. I had a year off. And I had about 14 months off during the Darren Brown era. So, out of the 29 years, it's not been many times I've had off, but I'll be here until they carry me out. I think this is the place for me to. I don't know any other football club. I don't know how people can support one club one week and one another. I mean, to me, this is the only football club I'm interested in, and I'll be here as long as they'll let me come. Even when they don't let me come, I'll get in somehow.
In disguise.
In disguise, yeah.
Thank you very much,
No
Barrie, and all the
trouble at all.
best.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you
you very much indeed.